Et un mois avant la sortie de leur nouvel album, Cécile, la fille du top, a retrouvé les Depeche Mode.
Le clip de Personal Jesus vous présentait dans les plaines d'Espagne à la manière d'un western. Était-ce l'accomplissement d'un rêve d'enfant ou l'influence de votre dernière tournée américaine?
It was supposed to be quite sarcastic about America. I mean, the idea came from Anton Corbijn, and it seemed good fun. It was very good fun to do, you know. I mean, but we've never had really any ambitions to be cowboys or anything, you know. I don't think it's going to be our new image.
Violator, votre nouvel album sort le mois prochain. Que pouvez-vous en dire?
It's not going to be out until about, I think the release date at the moment is April next year. And we've been working on it for really a long time. We started in May. So, and we're not planning to finish at the moment till mid-January. So it's like, you know, it's quite a long project. And we try to do things a bit differently, but it's really difficult to explain. I could try and explain, but the answer will get really boring. So it's best if I just stop there.
Pourquoi cela a-t-il été aussi long?
We're trying to make things a bit more spontaneous. And trying to, I mean, I think in some ways we sort of like, we could easily record this album in a sort of a formula way, and it wouldn't take us very long because Martin's written the songs, but we want to try and sort of bring Depeche Mode into the 90s.
See, when we say spontaneous, it sounds like a contradiction, but what we've done mainly in the past is to demo the songs before we get to the studio, and then it's just been a question of putting what we've demoed down on tape again in the studio. But this time we're trying to do things more spontaneously in the studio, which means that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Depeche Mode, qui est un quatuor, donne souvent l'impression d'être deux groupes de deux, Dave et Alan, et vous, Martin et Andy. Est-ce parce que vous êtes amis d'enfance?
Well, it's true what you say. I mean, in a way, it is a bit like that. You know, when we travel and things like that, if there's generally two cars, we generally travel as one faction, and they travel as another faction, which is, I think, is mainly due to what you say, the fact that we, you know, that we've known each other since we were sort of 11 or something, or 12, so we're more like, you know, sort of old school friends. So I suppose it just sticks that way.
Depeche Mode célèbre cette année ses 10 ans d'existence. Quel regard portez-vous sur cette première décennie?
It's funny because we were discussing this the other day, weren't we? Like when we were sort of like teenagers, if a band had been around for 10 years, you know, we'd have thought they were sort of over the hill, you know. And now we're in that position, it starts, you know.
And when we were sort of first started buying records, when we were, I don't know, about 11 or 12, a band that had been around for 10 years, I can't even think of one. It must have been somebody like...
The Who?
Oh yeah, or the Rolling Stones, you know, it was like that. It was like that. It's like, we're like that for like a younger generation. It's like, you know, it's a bit frightening when you think of it like that.
Avez-vous parfois l'impression de vieillir?
Would you?
No, there are certain things, like when I go into a shop, I occasionally get attracted to like suit jackets these days, and I think that's a bad sign. And like you start, you know, browsing through the easy listening section in record shops.